Before we start the review, I think I should let you guys and girls know, like, where is my head at going into this second movie? As for the first one, I didn't love it, and I definitely, like, didn't hate it. It was very much okay. Pretty much dead average, and you guys know if I give a movie a dead average score, it is a 5 out of 10, and I'm still sticking with like the first movie being a 5 out of 10. Venom is one of my favourite Marvel villains, genuinely, of all time. And the origin they done for the movie, I was extremely salty about, and the action was okay. Some of the banter was a bit hit and miss. I've seen it a few times now. It's definitely a dead average 5 out of 10 movie for me personally anyway. So going into this, I had that kind of level, but this movie, the new one, it was definitely better. Venom, Let There Be Carnage. This is the second Venom movie in this now Venom universe, and let's talk about the story. Basically, Eddie Brock is still dealing with the fact that Venom is attached to him, and he's trying to revitalize his old job, and he goes to interview serial killer Cletus Cassidy. And then pretty much Carnage breaks loose, and that is the start of your movie. Now, story-wise for Venom 2, it's alright. It's pretty much as good as it can be with a movie this short. I will talk about the runtime in a little bit, but as far as story goes, to introduce Carnage into this like Venom universe, they done the best with what they could like possibly do without having any other like Marvel characters. To be honest, if you have seen the first movie, you know the tone, you know how that movie played out. It's kind of the same, but it's definitely better. Carnage is a way better villain than that, whatever that first movie was. That was bad. But in this, Carnage is alright. The story of how he becomes Carnage, I did actually quite like. I preferred that origin to actually Venom's origin in the first movie. The story in general for Venom 2, it was alright. It was definitely better than the first. It wasn't a masterpiece. It was alright. As for the characters, let's start off with Tom Hardy. My guy is gang in with that performance, bro. Again, if you see the first movie, you know how he's acting and what he's doing in the role as Eddie Brock, and he's going for it in this one, man. Times 10. The interactions we get between Eddie and Venom, they're pretty good. It's pretty much, again, the same as the first one. It's kind of like a love-hate thing, kind of like a bromance. But it's definitely explored more in this movie because Venom is like here from the start. I mean, that's the problem with the first movie. Venom comes like way too late. But in this, literally, Venom and Eddie straight away going at it. If you like that stuff, you're gonna like it in this because there's a lot of it in this movie. I enjoyed both Eddie and Venom. They both had like some cheesy moments that were pretty bad. I can't really say what they are because it's a little bit spoilery, but there's a few scenes with Venom in that I never thought I would see Venom in. I kind of wish that I never did see Venom in. However, you guys know about the villain life. I don't care about the heroes, mate. I want to see some carnage. Cletus Cassidy is a serial killer in the comics, and he's portrayed in this movie by Woody Harrelson. We saw him in the end credit scene of Venom. And I'm not gonna lie, going into this, I wasn't sure how he'd be, but I actually really liked him, man. He's definitely coming across totally insane, which is exactly what I wanted to personally see. If you've seen anything with Carnage in, especially the comics, you know he's extremely violent and totally insane. And he is in this movie, for me, definitely the best character, man. I actually really liked Carnage. There is, of course, a bunch of other characters. I'm not going to, like, deep dive into them because it's kind of a little bit spoilery, so I'm going to just skip that. For me, Carnage just killed the show. And now let's talk about the action, and there's a lot of it. Like, this movie is brimming with action, bro, straight up. All the action in this movie is so much better than the first movie. There's so many fight scenes in this movie, like, Carnage has got a prison scene. It's actually really, really sad because I saw it on YouTube because they just posted it. Because, to be honest, it's probably the best scene in the whole movie. I'm just putting my hands up and keeping it real. But seeing that scene on the big screen, that prison thing is amazing, man. The action in this is way better than the first. But now it's time to talk about some negatives, and there is a lot. First of all, the runtime. Bro, 90 minutes, what is going on? I get you want to make a fast-paced action movie, but this was like choppy, man, and it doesn't sit well with me when movies are choppy. I think you could have added 10, maybe 20 minutes to the runtime. It would have improved it a lot. This is the first time we're seeing Carnage on the big screen, bro. You're going to give us 90 minutes? I don't know, just the short runtime didn't sit well for me. Another big negative is, again, like I just said, there's so much stuff spoiled by the trailers. You guys need to relax, bro. When you're making trailers, stop showing us the best scenes. I know you want our bums in the movie theatre. We're going to go see it, bro. It's got Venom in, Tom Hardy, Carnage. We're going to see it regardless. We don't need to see the best scenes. That was a massive letdown for me. The movie is also extremely wacky and cheesy. Again, you've seen the first one. You know how literally wacky as hell, man. It's crazy, mate. Tom Hardy's performance, everything about the movie is crazy. It's even more crazy in this. If you did not like how that first movie is, you're gonna cry when you see this movie, mate, straight up. If you like the style of the first movie, you're really gonna like this one. For me, I don't like wacky things. Like, for me, I want to see Carnage murdering people. And that is my absolute biggest complaint. PG, bro? Nah. This should have been rated R 100%. Bro, Carnage is murking people, man. Left, right, and centre. He is taking people out, bro. He's not stopping, and you can see there is no blood, bro. If you bite someone's head off and you don't get a speck of blood, it just takes me out of the movie, man. I get you want to make it PG friendly and all this garbage, but we live in an age where Deadpool made so much big boy dollars, you can push it to rated R. This did not work, bro. I'm being serious, man. He's a serial killer, murdering people as Carnage in bad ways, bro. Really bad ways, but they just cut it out at the last second. It was extremely annoying for me, and you guys know I love horror, man, so that really let me down, if I'm being totally honest. Ladies and gentlemen, before I give you my score out of 10, I want to give a huge shout out to today's video sponsor. Ladies and gentlemen, currently now, it feels like people are watching us. But with ClearVPN, you can take your internet security and just completely turn it into a fortress. Ladies and gentlemen, with the power of ClearVPN and the push of literally one button, we are talking about fully secure privacy, IP change, 100% secure online banking, and the most important thing for me, you know when you're browsing and you're getting ads left, right, and centre, they just won't leave you alone, mate, these targeted ads. Once you download ClearVPN and you push that one button, ads, goodbye. Ladies and gentlemen, with the power of ClearVPN, the push of one button, you're waiting seconds and your location is now changed with secure 100% end-to-end encryption. Ladies and gentlemen, take back the power of your internet privacy today with ClearVPN. Check out the link in the description. Big love, ClearVPN. Thank you so much for sponsoring today's video. I appreciate it. And now, back to the review. So the story for Venom 2 was definitely better than the first one. I liked the characters, especially Carnage. Venom, if you like this wacky thing, you're gonna like it. For me, I'm just rolling with it, man. I did love it, I didn't hate it. The action was good. The PG-13 was getting the bin level bad, man. It was so annoying. And it was just extremely wacky. Now, I still enjoyed it, but I do want to say one thing, and it's really important, and it's very, very clever. This movie has one after credit scene. Do not worry, I'm not going to spoil it. It's actually a mid-credit scene. There's nothing right at the end. I'm going to just say this now. I'm being totally honest with you guys and girls. This after credit scene is probably the biggest after credit scene in comic book history. I'm not joking. Now, when you leave the movie theatre, you're only going to be thinking about that. So I know that's like kind of influencing my score. So I'm taking that out of the equation and I'm just going to rate the movie that I saw. But I'm going to say now, the after credit scene is probably worth to pay full price to go and see this in a movie theatre just to see that after credit scene. Do not Google it. Do not go on YouTube. You're going to get spoiled and you will be genuinely salty, man. It's a banger. Like, it's not even a banger. It's legendary, mate. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give Venom, Let There Be Carnage 6.5 nerds out of 10. Again, I want to say, if you loved the first movie, your score's going to be way higher for this movie, man, because it is even more wacky and crazy than that. If the wackiness remained, but we had a rated R movie, I probably would have bumped this up, maybe even to like a 7, maybe even a 7.5, but it killed me so bad, man. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, have you seen Venom 2? What did you think about it? Whatever it is, man, let me know down below. Thank you all so much for watching. I always appreciate the big lump support. Thank you once again for sponsoring the video. Big up ClearVPN, and I'll see you in a bit.